You're watching BATV, bringing Brookline home.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fun Show here
Welcome to the Fun Show.
And now we have not been here, ladies and gentlemen, since the wonderful election was held.
And thank you for watching our shows in the interim.
Yes. So we have a couple of small tributes to Willard Romney, played by the maestro of the keyboard, Mike Sallen. We can't give you even one vote, Willard.
You're out of the game.
We don't want to see your face again, Willard.
Okay,
Go away,
that's not the
stay
song.
away.
Stay away. That's good.
That is the song. Yeah, something
And
like
the
that.
other is, so long, it's been good to know you so long. It's been good to know you. Do you think he'll move back to Massachusetts, or do you think he'll move to his car elevator in California?
Run for governor when the
You know what? Can you
run for governor again.
Can you play that one more time? You know what? When he's playing this, the only thing I think about is that little monkey who's got the
hurdy-gurdy.
Who's got yeah, who's got the little crank wheel.
You got the horse is too big to dance.
The horse is too big to dance. Anyway, sitting in between us here is our friend James Ross. I'm Arch O'Reilly. This is the Fun Show at BATV.
Does he hate us, Romney? We're all part of the 47.
Oh wait, we're haters.
No, at the moment he seems to hate everybody. He's down on the media. He's down on everybody else.
All those Republicans said nasty things.
Do you know who's the only Republican who made a big gain out of the last few weeks of this election?
Oh,
Governor Krispy Kreme.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, he's on again tonight.
Chris Christie is the only guy who made a net gain. Now,
but not the people of New Jersey.
He may soon enough become a Democrat. You never know.
Oh yeah, he may flip-flop. Oh well, no, he'll go middle. He'll go middle of the road.
And then the gentleman who was running for to retain the seat that had been Gabby Giffords down in Arizona. Mm-hmm. You know, Arizona is hardly part of the United States anymore, the way Arizona's been acting.
Seceding.
Took 9 days to count the vote, but he eventually won.
9 days, okay.
I actually like Arizona. Yeah. They give out like machine gun permits.
Yeah.
Like you can have an automatic weapon
in Arizona. They probably require you to carry one.
I wonder if you can walk in with a...
Unless, of course, you're Hispanic or black.
Oh, there into a classroom there or a school or something.
But see, that's one of the things. That's why, she got into that situation. But, they do have very light laws on their automatic weapons permits.
Do you think the president will bring up anything about the NRA and their program so that everybody can have a concealed weapon?
You mean, do you think that he'll try to push gun control? I doubt it.
I don't think he should.
I doubt it.
You know what? I think there's enough gun control. I mean, I'm an advocate for guns. I love guns.
You like guns?
I love guns.
I
but
love
you know
guns.
What? It's like, it's not the gun that is doing the crime.
So you go into one of these fast food places and they give you the hamburger.
It's not the gun that's doing the crime.
You take out your gun and stick it on the counter and it says, "This thing isn't well done."
Oh boy.
And you're going to be well done.
You know what? There's a lot of police officers who need more psych evaluations because sometimes they pop off their guns when they shouldn't.
Okay.
That does happen. But
you were going to.
Anyway, the only thing I would say, I love guns, I have a lot.
Do you think General Petraeus likes guns?
Yes. Definitely yes.
Well, do you remember the old Army line? This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Mhm. There's only one.
Apparently, he likes guns.
this is only one like it. This
Yeah,
is mine.
you think they're picking on him too much?
Well, I don't know if they're picking on him too much.
No, I
The
think
fact of the
so.
matter is, once this became public, there's no way you could have him staying as head of the CIA. I mean, it's unfortunate. And you were lamenting the fact that keep calling him dumb, but what else are you going to call him? He's dumb.
Well, I don't know if he's dumb.
Look, how do you think that you can...
He was ham-handed.
How do you think you can be shagging your official biographer
Wait a
when you're
minute.
one of the most famous men in the world and not have it come out?
What was the song we were going to play?
Hum all you want, you're not going to come up with an answer.
Okay, the same song.
The musical answer, yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
long, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other one is this military housewives of Florida
Oh, my
program
goodness.
that's going
Oh,
on.
that's good.
Now, somebody said to me, now, what was the FBI doing looking at Petraeus's emails? Doesn't
That's
that
right.
disturb you?
And they did the
And I
same
said-
thing with Allen, who's running the Afghanistan.
They
They
didn't,
did the same thing to his email and my email too.
Oh.
they didn't know they were looking at Petraeus's
I don't
email.
do
They didn't
email.
start out to look at Petraeus's email.
okay.
This socialite, I love the thing, socialite in Florida, complained to the FBI that somebody was sending her threatening emails.
Yeah.
And as they were investigating that, they found out the person sending the threatening emails was this Broadwell broad.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Who was?
And
You mean the biographer?
the biographer.
Okay.
And,
She was.
and in the
General
course of
Petraeus'
doing that, they turned
biographer.
up these thousands of emails from Petraeus.
And Allen too. General Allen sent a lot of
Now-
racy emails.
Can you believe that you're running the CIA and you've never heard of a covert email service? You know, that you're doing all this stuff on gmail.com.
You guys are
responsible
really
for-
nasty to those generals.
We're nasty to those
Hey,
generals.
you know what? I'll tell you what. Anytime, like I said, give them enough rope, give them enough time,
And a big enough gun.
and they'll take care of themselves.
Well,
I
okay.
mean, come on. We have had like the Secret Service screw up majorly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but wait, all right, but let's get to something serious. Here's our
Casino?
president, wait a minute, our president, Obama, who wins this real victory over Romney and company, and you'd think they'd show him some respect. RESPECT.
No, they're not. The
Is that
only-
how you spell it, really?
There's a song-
RESPECT.
What's that woman, the singer who sang that
Aretha
song?
Franklin.
Aretha, yes.
Yes.
Do you remember her?
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah. He can even play probably some of her music.
RESPECT. Yeah, but that was a good song.
Tell him what it means to me. RESPECT.
But
Okay, go ahead. Go on.
yeah,
go
but
ahead.
I'm just saying every one of them jump on. Even
Except for
Senator
the one,
McCain.
except for the one guy who's hiding in a hole somewhere now, Karl Rove.
Well, he always manages that.
Now,
yeah.
in the first place, Karl Rove was a guy dispensing $2 billion worth of unannounced money, untraceable money. His PAC
All right,
was
1 billion.
running attack ads all over the country,
Okay.
right? And yet, Fox News sees it appropriate to make him a commentator on election night
Very good.
on their home desk
Yes.
on the
Now,
thing.
hold on, wait a minute.
I like
Isn't-
him.
isn't-
I like Carl.
Isn't
He got George
isn't
Bush in a second
Fox
time.
News is supposed to be like
It's a wholly owned
Is it-
subsidiary of the Republican Party.
right, the left, like the left thing on the other side. Or is it right? What
They're
is
the
it?
right wing.
That's
Yeah,
right.
right.
They're the right
Well,
wing.
well, what's left?
MSNBC
MSN.
usually, they say.
Or CNN
Or
once in a
CNN.
while, yeah.
But-
But you know, I found it to be like kind of like even in the middle.
But it's like NBC, if the NBC had the president's campaign manager on their commentary desk. And he almost had a heart attack when Fox News called Ohio for the president. And the reason he did is because he had it in the bag to steal Ohio. And we were saved by an organization called Anonymous.
Well,
These very, very famous
the
hacking
Party,
group
the Tea Party folks or something like that.
who blocked Karl Rove's scheme to steal the votes in Ohio, Florida, and Michigan.
we haven't had all this proved yet, though. We haven't got the data on this. See, have we?
I have enough, yes.
You have enough?
Yes.
You can go into court. I don't want you to be
I have
sued.
proof on his computer.
Okay.
Don't come looking for mine.
Wait a second, where's your microphone hiding? Is
Yeah,
it
he's got
inside or
Where
what?
is your microphone?
It's hiding right there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's the outside.
Well, I saw the.
I'm just hoping people can hear you, that's all.
I saw this.
I assume the control room would tell us if you're not coming through.
Oh yeah, I think I'm coming through.
If you want to
pretty
see something tragic, well, first of all,
I don't, but tell
the
me about
president
it.
is
Goodness.
Myanmar.
good. The who?
He's out there in
Myanmar, yeah.
He's out there in Burma. our
Otherwise known as
president,
Burma.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Secretary of State.
Okay.
But
And that was sort of unannounced, wasn't it?
yeah,
It's sort of like when
All
they,
of a sudden-
remember when they'd win the Super Bowl and they'd go, you know,
Yeah, just disappear.
John John Elway, you just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do now? I'm going to Disneyland. Mr. President, you just won re-election. What are you going to do now? I'm going to Miramar.
but yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's not
The Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, right.
But
take a couple of rides
here
over
is
there.
Susan Rice, who got the brunt of all this stuff, who was the ambassador to the UN.
Oh, the nose out of
Susan
joint
Rice?
the Republicans are trying to make a big deal out of it.
What is that? Well, why do they have to go after her? He said this, the president.
Yeah.
He said, why pick on her? Pick on, how about me as a target?
No, you got to pick
Obviously,
on
they didn't do too well picking on him.
No.
Everybody's got to be
So
picked
he
on.
left for Burma.
Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's got to be picked on.
All right, okay.
Yes, well, she's a candidate theoretically, although not officially. Theoretically, she's the ambassador to the UN. She's a candidate to succeed Hillary as Secretary of State. And
don't
you
know.
said better than.
I don't know.
you're-
No, I don't know about that.
But here's things.
I
Here
don't
we
think
are.
that's going to happen either.
You're gonna pass on the other candidate, commenting on the other candidate.
Wait.
Better than what's his face? Yeah.
Don't forget Thanksgiving is coming.
The senior senator.
And here are these people in New Jersey, New York, and
I don't
Connecticut,
want those
Long
guys coming
Island.
down here, man.
Wait a minute, and there are poor people up in these high rises who are in wheelchairs, and I'm reading about these horror stories. The elevators still aren't working in some of these.
You're talking
buildings.
about Sandy?
Yeah.
It is. It's a terrible thing.
What is
It's
Thanksgiving?
so funny because you sit there before the storm and you look at a huge, one of the largest cities in the world, and you look at it and it's all high rises and everything's up and everything's concrete and there's hardly any nature outside of a few parks.
There's
and you think,
rooftop garden.
and you think, yeah, hurricanes, no big deal to
No
them.
problem, right?
But if they get enough, then
I'll tell you what.
you know.
All right.
It's like I live high enough where it's like I'll take a hurricane and a flood because like I'm high enough where it's like it's gonna take you a good minute to flood my building.
Well, they may flood the building, but not your floor.
But then you got to walk down 9 flights.
No. Then I just pulled the plug on the raft. Go coasting right off the porch.
It's amazing what you have in your closets there.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay, all right.
No, that was the problem. That was the problem in New York. People who were on the 47th floor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No elevator.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So
know,
that means you got to go out another way.
Now all of a sudden they're tromping up and down the stairs, you know, and things. So,
So PBS decides to show the Dust Bowl.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's
in
great.
the 1930s. 10 years of that.
to show us what a
Alley.
drought is.
Yeah.
It's Tornado Alley, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
well,
that all
it's
that-
not
all
a
the
flood,
tornado
it's a
stuff?
drought. You know, the whole Midwest, everything blew away. All the farms. It was impossible. But Roosevelt and his staff, his White House the people who surrounded him, they helped. They really came up with ideas to help the farmers.
The first use of the term kitchen cabinet.
Right.
No, they came up. Look, they got us out of the Depression. They got us out of the Dust Bowl. They got us into the war. You know?
And you know what? And they had the Men Who Made America as well. That's a good, great series that's going on.
And those conservatives who up till last week thought they were in the ascendancy here.
Okay.
They want to replace Roosevelt on the dime with Ronnie Reagan.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the BATV Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for this evening.
That more often.
We'll come back.
Anyway, tonight's epic, which has actually never before been presented,
Oh boy.
is entitled Eat and Mourn.
Okay, action. Your aunt died.
Oh yeah.
Condolences.
Oh, thank you.
Lived a long life, though. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Never knew her that well.
Well, you know, she wasn't perfect.
But you did like her.
Well, sometimes.
Well, wait a second, didn't you live with her?
Not for very long.
You were pretty young.
He's not that old now.
Yeah, thanks.
When's the funeral?
Is it a graveside service?
She's being burned. I mean, cremated. Excuse me.
And you were her last relative.
Yeah. Well, you know, could we talk about this later?
Perhaps at dinner.
Right. Eat and mourn?
Well, I suppose we could respect his privacy.
Propriety by all means.
Don't be presumptuous.
No pomposity intended.
Just the plain truth.
Unvarnished.
Your folks were gone.
Well, you know, she sent me away to a boarding school.
Oh, a private one, naturally.
You didn't like it.
And they didn't like you.
Well, I think she didn't just want me around, you know.
But she did feel responsible.
But insensitive.
Well, I needed more then.
Still, there was an attachment.
You were her nephew.
Minimally.
But dissatisfied.
He just had higher expectations.
Don't we all?
Hey, I'm not amused here.
It's no time for a dimwit.
Still, there was a bond between you.
Oh, please.
Well, it's his loss.
Well, I guess so.
Okay, let's forget it.
Sorry I brought it all up.
Some people appreciate sympathy.
A word of condolence.
It's unnecessary.
Maybe you'll want it later.
Want to skip our dinner tonight?
No, I'm actually hungry.
It's your call.
I could send out for subs.
Yeah, get me a six-pack, too.
Make it 2 6-packs, and her life was, you know, not that much.
We'll drop it then.
Well, you know, she was seeing different guys, you know.
So what?
Family disapproved.
But my mom loved her.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, but, you know, Ingrid carried on.
Decent job, huh?
Competent, I bet.
Yep.
She paid your bills.
Well, it would seem to appear.
You mean not always?
True.
And it upset you.
Well, you know, the other boys could go home.
Ah, you mean for the holidays.
But you stayed.
Hey, you know, I'm a permanent lodger, I guess.
Well, you had a roof and warmth and food.
Well, I was lonely.
Only the adult staff around, huh?
Oh, no, and caretakers.
Well, that must have been depressing.
Well, I always kept hoping.
That she'd come.
Empty yearning.
Oh, well,
I
that is
guess.
tough for a youngster.
Changes us.
Yeah, adolescents need affections, though, you know?
Yeah, a lot more than silence.
Did you feel isolated?
Mistrustful of adults?
Yeah.
Like solitary, huh?
Yeah, we see you, man.
You survived, though.
Yeah, well, not unscarred.
Well, it wasn't your choice.
Made you more solemn.
Resolute.
And skeptical of grown-ups.
Yeah, who knows?
You do.
All right, that's enough.
Come on, get it off your chest.
She's gone.
Yeah, but the memories still remain.
Come on, you got lots of friends now.
And we care.
Yeah, is that true?
And you're lucky.
We could be con men, though.
Yeah, just waiting to steal your identity.
Not worth much there.
Well, you got a driver's license, a social security card.
We might get a credit card and run up some big charges.
Well, no, you wouldn't do that
If
either.
the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, we'll teach you a lesson.
Oh, you guys.
What about her ashes?
Yep. The question is, keep them or scatter them?
Dispense with them, you know.
You didn't see that much of her.
Well, we kind of grew apart.
We went to the nursing home with you.
Yeah. And you played the piano, Mike.
The nurses liked me.
Well, that's only because she didn't know who I was. She didn't know me.
Or anybody.
Well, that's Alzheimer's.
You were indifferent, though, to her.
Why'd you even go?
I still don't know.
All that resentment.
Oh, it didn't make any difference to her,
She was beyond all that.
but you kept going back.
Well, you know, her condition worsened a little.
But it wasn't guilt.
She still owed you.
He had strong feelings.
At least
We
it's
had
more
strong
open,
feelings.
isn't it?
Doesn't make me any happier.
Well, it doesn't make us any happier either.
There's the ashes.
Well, not at dinner, please. Come on.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, I think so.
Chinese or Thai?
What, a poo-poo platter?
Oh, goodness. Hot tea?
Well, the weather's changing.
Well, the wind still scatters the ashes.
And that's that.
Well, let your mind just store it all away.
Like a...
Look out!
Da-da-da,
right,
da-da-da,
there it is,
da-da-da,
folks.
There it is, folks. Okay.
Another
And-
beautiful piece.
Might
Yeah.
be the reason that we've never done it before. But
You think it died halfway? People out there, wait a minute. Wake up, everybody.
That's all right. At the next show, we're going to scatter the ashes.
All right, there you are. Okay.
That might be an idea.
Now, here's Governor Patrick, and he's got a woman named Sheila Burgess who's has a job having to do with highway safety. She's in charge of that.
Yes.
And she has.
I don't remember what her title is.
Yes.
It's Commissioner of Highway Safety or
yeah, but she
something
has
like that.
30 charges.
She's got one of the worst driving records in the state.
Speeding and accidents.
And
other things.
what gets me about it is that some TV station digs this up and makes a story of it, and all of a sudden the governor and the Secretary of Public Safety and everybody else they put a microphone in front of says, "Oh, this is terrible. We knew nothing about this. We got to do something about this. This can't stand. This is terrible." You know, Mike, if you wanted a library card, they'd vet you better than that.
Oh, my
Didn't
goodness.
anybody ask any of these questions before they gave this woman a, I don't know how much it is, but it's a six-figure job.
No, it's
about
86 or
86,000,
86 or 87,000.
That's a lot of money to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would love to have that.
We don't
job
know what
being
she ever did
that
either.
age. I'm
Yeah.
probably older than
And she
is
had no
anyway.
background, apparently. She had no
Apparently.
background in it.
So,
She was presented by one of our ubiquitous congressmen.
You know that
recommended.
saying, it's not what you do, it's,
It's
who you know.
Yeah.
That's
this,
like,
okay.
you know what?
this certainly to be a clear case.
I would have taken that job if it was offered to me as well.
you would have?
If it was offered to me as well,
Okay.
yeah, I'd be like, sure. Be like, don't know what I'm doing, but I'll get it done.
But I'll
Okay.
bet you have a better driving record.
I do. I'm
Well,
actually I'm a very good driver.
Did you know
I've
that
been driving for a
Brockton
long
had a
time.
Santa
You know,
Sunday?
we should have given it to him, the job. Because most of the time he rides his bicycle.
Yeah, he rides his bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't have a guy more attentive to highway safety than somebody who rides his
rides a
bike all the
bike.
Now,
time.
you could have
Exactly.
been in Brockton there for Sunday, Santa Sunday.
What happened?
What a line that is. You could have
missed
been
it.
in Brockton.
Yeah.
You could have been somebody.
Well, he's got a bicycle to go.
Oh, well, no,
What-
I could have been in
everybody
Brockton.
put
They could have
on
made
a
statue.
Santa hat.
Oh, they were trying to get a Guinness World Record of how many Santa hats there were.
Well,
a bike.
there's an Irish town named Mullingar.
That's not Brockton.
What? No. The two of them at the same time
Black Irish, same thing.
in Brockton and Mullingar put on these Santa hats.
Yeah.
And then they
Were they competing or cooperating?
They were cooperating. First,
Okay.
they were competing for some years.
So this is Brockton's Irish sister city? Is it?
I can't answer that. That sounds pretty good
but
to
I've
me.
never heard a less likely phrase in my life than "you could have been in Brockton."
You could have been, all right.
You could have been in Brockton.
Well, we had six young people from Harvard that won those Rhodes scholarships.
Rhodes scholarships, yes.
We should mention that 2 to 3
And we have a
years,
feeling that
everything paid.
at least this year, none of them were playing in the Harvard-Yale game on Saturday.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll have to just see how that goes because it may be rescinded. You never know.
Rescinded?
Rescinded?
Taken back.
Okay.
I know.
Why?
Why?
You never know. You know what? It's like people.
You never know.
People do stuff, and it's like for some strange reason. Oh no, you can't do that. I'm taking it back.
I think he thinks maybe they had a take-home Rhodes exam.
Well, they said
that take-home exam sort of did in the Harvard basketball program. They opened the season losing to UMass.
No, wait a minute. The standards for getting these scholarships: academic achievement, integrity of character, and potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we can think of a few people who had Rhodes scholarships, right?
Right.
Bill Clinton.
Well, he went on to fame and fortune.
He did. He did.
Other things, yeah.
And
Good
no,
man.
it's great to get a Rhodes scholarship.
I would like to get one.
Did they give us the comparison numbers?
Oh, you got an air scholarship. You're okay.
How did the you get a railroad scholarship?
I'm still traveling.
But how did we do compared to the Yaleys? How many did the Yaleys get?
They got one more than us.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Okay.
one more. Okay.
That made.
Hey, what about those Patriots?
I noticed the Yaleys had good-looking cheerleaders, but they had no guys on their cheerleading squad.
Oh, very bad.
Yeah.
We should mention.
What about those Patriots?
Patriots.
How you liking them?
I think they're doing terrific.
How you liking them? We're down.
Well,
We're
I'm
going
still trying to get over what the Crafts did, but
Well, yeah, the neighborhood. You mean?
Now,
you
after
mean
all,
with the neighborhood?
No, I
you
mean,
mean with the team?
bringing Romney and Ryan into our town.
Oh.
But
I like
it's
them.
going to take me years to get over that.
Can these guys sing together or something? They do a tap dance.
Riley and Romney.
Ryan and
Ryan and Romney.
R&R.
Did you see that guy who had the R&R tattooed on the side of his face?
I like that. Yeah.
That was very tasty.
He's going to have to spend the rest of his life in Arizona, I think. But
yeah, I think it was a magic marker.
Anyway, but it's interesting because this was a good team, surprisingly good team in Indianapolis. They came in with the same record, 6-3, and the Patriots were playing with neither of their regular starting guards. A lot of people missing, and then Gronk broke his arm.
Yeah.
And they still, frankly, when they got themselves in gear, they slaughtered them.
Yeah, they did.
So it could be interesting. We'll see how they do without any tight ends, though.
Right.
Because Hernandez is still out. Gronkowski will probably be back in 3 weeks, even though they say it's 6.
Well, 4. Maybe 4.
No, I'm saying Gronkowski. He's an animal.
They're saying we're going to lose.
He'll spit on it. Wrap a little.
Go ahead and take us home, man.
Oh, it's time?
Yeah.
Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night.
I know she's going to be
We'll
so mad at me
see
already.
you in
Actually, no, I think she
dreams.
likes
Good night, Irene. Good night, everybody,
Good night,
from the Fun
Irene.
Show here at BATV.
Happy
I'm
Thanksgiving.
not singing to your
See
wife,
us next
man.
week and have a happy Thanksgiving with
everybody.
moderation.
I think she likes that.